Hi. Um, this is a difficult subject to talk about. Um, Depression is one thing I want to touch on right now. I deal with depression. I've dealt with depression since 6th grade. I used to get bullied for my weight, obviously. Um, and then I moved schools in 8th grade. And 6th through 8th, it was just so bad. Because I went to a school that was for, like, rich kids. And obviously I didn't fit in. I wasn't friggin' rich. I was living with my grandma. But, I'd moved schools. I moved in with my dad. And when I started there, I made some friends. But they weren't your typical friends. Well, for some of you they may be. But they weren't your typical friends. You know, they were like skater, emo type, if that's what you want to call it. The outcasts of the school. But let's call them that, the outcasts. And, you know, I hung out with them for a couple years. And then end of my sophomore year, I started hanging out with them a lot more outside of school. You know, started drinking, drugs. And when I say drugs, I wouldn't even classify it as a drug, but weed, marijuana, ganja, the burning bush, whatever you would like to call it. I started smoking and drinking all the time from the second I got out of school till the time I had to be home. And all weekend long I would drink and smoke and party with these people. And, you know, things happened. We stopped hanging out as much. I quit drinking, sort of. I don't drink nearly as much as I used to. I still smoke marijuana. It's my coping mechanism, if you will. That's how I deal with things. Because this, right here, my brain, it's fucked up. And I don't mean like your typical, oh, you're fucking weird, you're crazy, that's fucked up. I mean, like, it processes things different than normal people. Like, someone could say something, I could be in the greatest mood. Someone could say something not meaning anything by it, and I'll take it to heart for no reason, and I'll get really, really depressed, and my mind starts going wild, and just so many things start going through my head, and I don't know how to deal with it. I have no clue how to deal with it. But there's a lot of different things you could do. You know, tell someone, which I have. You could take medication if you think that may help, but it's not for everyone. My vice is weed. I smoke. That's what I do. It's a hard thing to talk about to a bunch of strangers on the internet, but I want to say it gets better, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't always get better. And if it does, it may not get better right away. um, this video is gonna kind of be like everywhere, like nothing's really going to connect, I guess you could call it. But anyways, there are other things you could do to keep your mind off it, you know, keep your mind focused on something. Like, you could listen to music, you could paint, draw, you could read a book, talk to people, hang out with friends, surround yourself with things you love. Like me, okay? I'm not a very, like, outgoing person. I don't like new people. Well, it's not like I don't like new people. I don't do well around new people, especially when there's a lot of them. I just kind of sit in a corner and be by myself. That's just how I am. A few years ago, I was taking sleeping pills. And this is where the two topics of, like, self-harming or whatever and suicide and depression kind of intermingle. I used to take sleeping pills. I haven't taken them in about a year, well, about a year, blah, blah, because I didn't feel like me. I also had anxiety medication that I was taking that I haven't taken in quite some time because I didn't feel like me. Like, I was happy, but I wasn't me. And then with the sleeping pills, you know, I would take them and I would go to sleep and I would sleep all night long, but I wouldn't dream or nothing. And, you know, I wouldn't feel anything or nothing because I'm sleeping. But I got so used to just that quiet to where when I would get depressed enough, I would start thinking about taking them. But not like, you know, just a couple like I normally would and then go to sleep. No. I started thinking of taking handfuls and just being like that permanently, just not feeling anything. Because, let's be honest, feeling sucks. It does. Feelings can be great, but feelings are horrible at the same time. It's hard. It is. But so I stopped taking those because I started getting worse, I guess you could call it. And, you know, it wasn't the first time I had thought about it. I'd thought about it before. Many times. Came close a few times, but just couldn't go through with it. But I started surrounding myself with, you know, friends that I've known for a while, like real good, close friends I could trust. So I started surrounding myself with them, and I started drawing more, and I started painting more, and I started surrounding myself with colors, bright colors. I love bright colors. My grandma just bought me a purse. It's bright, like neon colors, and I love it. My room is supposed to be done up in blue, though you can't tell. But, you know, my hoodie, and I have a rainbow beanie that I'm not currently wearing, though I should be. And, you know, I have a big cloth poster of Bob Marley on my wall. And just, everything is just colors. Colors, colors, colors. Bright, fun, happy colors. And, yeah, you know, I still smoke on occasion. And, you know, I like dragons and stuff like that. But there's so many different ways that you can feel better and things you can do to not feel so low, to feel like killing yourself is the only answer. And it's not. I know it may seem that way sometimes, but I promise you it's not. The only thing that will do is just make everyone else's life worse. Think about it. Take a minute and close your eyes. And just sit there, calm, and just think. If you were really gone, if you have siblings, how would they feel? How would your mom feel? How would your dad feel? Your friends, how would they feel if you were just gone one day? They'd be devastated. You may not think it, but they would. It would tear them apart. And they would all just start thinking about, oh, what could we have done better to make her happier, to help her, or it's my fault, I could have done something. That's not the case. Honestly, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I've just been kind of talking for the past 12 minutes. But when it comes to self-harm, I almost forgot this one. It's a lot more common now than what it was when I was in like 6th or 8th grade. It's a lot more common. And you know, when you think self-harm, you think, oh, she slashed her wrist. No, that's not always the case. There's many types of self-harming. That is just one physical thing that people do. But there's a lot of shit you do to yourself mentally that is also self-harm. And I have a bad habit of doing it. I'm very self-destructive. Let's just leave it at that. I'm very self-destructive. But try and be happy with where you are right now. Like, live for the moment. Be happy. Smile. Listen to music. Dance around like no one's watching. Belt your heart out like no one's listening. Just do something that makes you feel like you. Something that makes you happy with yourself. And hopefully, over time, maybe it'll get better. You never know unless you try. So, it's going on 14 minutes now. I may make another video about this at some point. I'm not sure when, but I'm going to end this one for now. So, I love you guys. Mwah. Be safe. Love. Hugs. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.